So this is the Scrumpy board now, counting up as you can see on the address lines. It's getting close. I'm just going to let it get all the way up. And it's using the last 6 address lines. This is running in slow mode, so it's about 1 Hertz. Okay, so one more. All lights lit. Now it's going to go off the RAM and counting up beyond the RAM. So just have a look at the board. Obviously got the 555 here, and its timing capacitor, the 7474, which is doing the flip-flopping that allows it to control the hold. The 74LS00, which is doing the necessary debounce for the reset switch on the top, and is controlling the reset on the flip-flop. There's the actual Scrumpy itself running. Obviously, because it's a Scrumpy 2, it's grounded and positive in the top corner. We've had to fit an RC and crystal network, which is a 4 meg crystal. Surprised the board runs at this speed, but it does. There's a decoupling capacitor. 2 of the buffers, they're not actually C-series, they're 74LS04s, inverting buffers. The 2 RAM chips, which are actually 2111s adapted, thanks to Slothy for the idea about how to do that until mine arrive. And we've got all the address lines still counting up there. We got our 4 indicators for the flags. The data bus are all showing high because it's tri-state basically. And then the last 2 decoders, the LS074LS00, which is doing the address decode for the I/O chip that's not in there at the moment. This has only got 1, not 2, and for the RAMs. I fitted a power supply unit on it, an LM340 5 volt. It's the same setup as an MK14 has. Then you've got the 8 data switches in their up position. When they're 1, they're grounded when they're down. And then you've got the switches along the bottom. I've actually changed the protect switch for an on-off switch for the input power, because I've actually got a 3-position switch which does protect, enable for the RAM, and at the bottom does the load action. I haven't turned on the SA or SB inputs yet. The power's obviously on. The switch there for the 3-position for run HALT is actually in the center position, which basically means it's just letting the 555 take control. The steps in the center because they're not stepping, the slows down because it's running in slow mode. And of course the very final one, the reset switch. Now if we just show the reset switch go into it, it's still counting away at the top. But if I run the reset, and we'll go back all the way to the start of the count again. If I turn off the slow mode, then it sits in, and we can of course just pulse one thing if we want. It's in the middle of a tri-state at the moment, so if I pulse it'll go to the next one. And if we zoom in a bit, I'll get a tri-state image on the address lines probably. Oh no, it's managed to pulse over. There we are, there's a tri-state, and there's the next count, and there's the next count, and tri-state again, and there's the next count, and the next count, and the next count, so we can get all the way up. And then finally, there we go, we'll get to tri-state, and then there's 7.